Hi all, this is Priyadashni working as an assistant professor in the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. Today we are going to continue with the next lecture series on the Internet of Things. So the topic for today is physical design of IoT. So when we speak about the physical design of IoT, it does not only mean about the creation of products using the IoT system, but in turn it also means that the physical devices that is being attached, their communication, their interaction through the devices, all does it cover, all will be covered under your physical design of IoT. Let's start the discussion. So before getting into what is the physical design of IoT, that is the physical constitutes of IoT design, first we will understand the IoT definition. So I told you IoT is nothing but it is a network of connected physical objects through the internet for exchange and flow of information, and finally it will be acquiring the user for his or own interest. So this is about the Internet of Things. So here you have many devices like for example the gateways, your end devices, and then you will be having your IoT cloud for processing of information, and finally you will have your application domain. So when you see here itself, the first thing, that is your devices will be sensing the information. So the devices might be your sensors or even your routers or the gateways, whatever it is, those devices will be there as end device, and from the device, that is from the sensor that has been sensed the information, and will be passing all those data, the physical data being captured by the sensors, it will be passing over to the IoT cloud. So the whatever the information is being obtained by the sensor, it will be passed on to the network for further processing of data, that is data processing is done. Why we are doing the data processing is nothing but we have to have some insights into it, or the actionable thing that has to be done, taken care. So the data has been passed to the IoT cloud, and from the IoT cloud the service capability, the application domain, whichever needs those particular type of data, will be acquiring from the IoT cloud. This is how our Internet of Things work. So when we talk about the physical designs of IoT, I told you there are two things. We are not going to talk only about the physical aspects, but we are going to interact all the things that are being used inside the IoT ecosystem. It might be devices, it might be gateways, it might be routers, or whatever it is, and the communication protocols that helps the medium of data to pass over is also being seen under physical design of IoT. So when we say physical design of IoT, it means that we are going to represent about the hardware components and the communication that has been going to carried out over these hardware components, all will be constituted under the physical design of IoT. So the physical design of IoT mainly consists of two components. The first one is things, and the second one is the communication protocol. So when we take things, so things are being classified into three. So we already know this things or the devices might be the sensors, the actuators, or the devices. So sensors will be sensing the information, that is it will be getting the physical data from the environment. Actuators, actually when some trigger or when some signal is being carried out, it will respond to that particular action. And the devices are nothing but your smart devices, that is your smartwatch or smart fridge, whatever it is. So these are all the devices. So the next thing is the interfaces that we have to need to know. So this diagram is the interface diagram for the IoT. So this is the basic block diagram for the physical design of IoT. So the first component here is the connectivity. So how these devices or how these sensors or actuators are being connected over the internet. What is the connectivity medium? So that is being carried out under this block. So you can connect the device or the actuators or sensors through USB hosts, or you can use Ethernet protocol. The next block is about the processor. So when we say processor, it is going to be the brain of the IoT ecosystem. It processes all the information into an actionable insights. Then we have the audio video interfaces. So for audio video input and output interfaces, we may have HDMI or RCA video, and if it is audio, we can have 3.5 mm audio component. Then the next block is about the IoT interfaces. So the IoT interfaces mainly for sensors and actuators to ensure the seamless communication between the devices. So serial transmission is being done using the components like UART, SPI, I2C, CAN. Then we have storage interfaces, that is for storing the data. We can have our SD card, MMC, SDIO. So all these can be used for storage interfaces. Then we are having the graphics card. So the graphics card, mainly for the graphical purpose, we are going to use the GPUs. And then we will be having the memory interfaces. We might use the NAND gates or NOR gates, and it can be DDR1, DDR2 or 3, and now we are using nearly up to 5, 6, etc.